Climate change. The climate is changing. Things are definitely getting warmer where it's getting cold. And all we hear are the same old jive. Is it good? Is it bad? Is there really more CO2? Is it human related? What is it? And then the answer is, well, we have to do more solar and we have to do more wind. That's not the answer. That's completely not the answer. Because what good is solar or wind if it only works when the sun's out and the wind is blowing? And the deal is you have to sell that power back to the grid, who doesn't really need the power most of the time, and they're paying premium for it. And when the government drops those prices out to them, and so they don't have to pay as much to homeowners, it's going to really make it uneconomic to have solar energy panels on the roof. It's kind of like what happened with the coal miners. Jimmy Carter, when we went through that horrible oil embargo, went out and Carter and the Congress changed taxes, encouraged use of coal. Coal exploded the use of coal everywhere. Then we realized coal isn't really that great for the environment. We have other ways to be able to take care of our energy. So we start legislating coal out, but of course we don't take care of the coal miners and the people in the coal industry. That really shows how forward-thinking we are, and that's really what kind of leads to this. I'm tired of this climate change. I'm tired of this environmental stuff until these groups decide to back what really matters, and that's batteries, storage, batteries. We did a video on this years ago, and now I can see a couple more coming up. Thought it was time, a couple of articles thought it was time to talk about it. That's the revolution. Why did government back these companies that were doing solar panels when it only works when the sun's out? It doesn't work then. Who wants it? What would be incredible, let's stop calling them batteries. Let's start calling them energy storage units, or ESUs. That's what we call them then. Maybe that's the fancy way that'll get everybody excited. Think about what goes on. Everybody worries. Is the grid going to go down? Is there going to be software attacks on the grid? Well, if everybody had batteries in their homes that were that big that could power the home for months, maybe a couple of them that could power the home for months and store that power from the sun or from the wind or wherever it's coming from, then we don't have to worry about the grid. We could focus in on the important parts of the grid, not have to worry about everybody on the grid. We could really start taking care of our defense. What if our planes one day could actually run without oil or gas, but have small solar panels with little batteries in them? They're flying above the clouds, and they can fly for days at a time. Of course, the pilots can't, but they can fly for days at a time. Think about the revolution. You need batteries. The only one who's really pushing this now is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is such a visionary. The problem is he's looking at Tesla. He also has batteries. He's doing Tesla with the car. He's got, the SpaceX or whichever one is his, shooting up spacecraft. He's got these magnetic ways to be able to travel with these magnetic rings, I think, whatever it is. Incredible. The man's a genius. He's willing to think and go out where we should be going. Well, why aren't our environmental groups doing this? Why aren't our environmental groups jumping up and saying to the government, enough, let's put some money into batteries, and let's do major battery research, not put money into companies. Let's just sit down, have a small Manhattan project, put some cash in, get some geniuses in there, and let's do it. It's not working right now. It's not happening. Nobody's focused on it. Batteries are gigantic. You get in the Tesla, you go, 100 miles, 120 miles? What a joke. You can put gas in the car and go 300 to 400 miles. And in some of the others, maybe 500 miles. So what are we missing here? That's the revolution. At the same time, it takes care of our defense. It can help our defense. It can help energy, it could clean up CO2, and just think of the revolution we would have in technology and how that would change the world, would definitely change our country. Hopefully we'd have to worry about the people who'd be losing jobs, which we never worry about until it happens. But that's where the action is, and that's what we have to worry about. ESUs, energy storage units, batteries, call it what you want. We need storage to go with solar. We need storage to go with wind, and then it'll work. Then it will change the world. Then we will have our environmental answers. So quit moaning, Quit groaning and go for it. Peace.